description.
Alright, hey, this is Hans, the Ramen Raider, coming at you with another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time. This is a show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles. And today we got something neat that I found over at Asian Family Mart over in beautiful downtown, or I found it on 99 and 130th at the Asian Family Market. It's Yangzhang vermicelli, noodle, egg, and golden broth from China. This I would never in a million years have expected to find here in the States. Why is that, Ramen Raider guy? It looks like a kind of a boring noodle deal thing and all that. No. So it's vermicelli. Let's change that. Oh, it's the 5th day of March. Yep. We're marching quickly towards my birthday. Yeah, I'm that guy. My birthday's on Pi Day, if you wondered. Yeah. But we have some family emergency kind of stuff. Well, it's not it's immediate-ish, but it's crummy, and yeah. But you may hear more about it in the future. I don't know. It's on my wife's side, so I don't know if I can. I won't say anything more than that, but it sucks, and it's like my birthday certainly comes second to what's going on right now, I say. Whoa, why is it? I don't. Huh? What? Huh? Okay. So there's that. Then we just had the vermicelli and the 2 noodle blocks. Okay, we got 2 noodle blocks here. This one and the vermicelli and the regular wheat noodle. Now we add on the liquonic aspect. So here's that. A lot of liquid base. Okay. Next, we have this. I don't know if this is oil or vinegar. I want to say this is going to be oil. This looks like oil. That's got to be oil. And then there's more. This is, I'm going to say this is my favorite instant noodle sachet design ever. Check that out. I freaking love this thing. But what's weird is it's also got like an eyelash. See that? But this is like, what do you call it? Tofu skin. These little coiled things. Yeah. There's that. And finally, the reason, oh yeah, and it also has an included luxuriant and special snapping little fork. But we're in the kitchen, we don't need that. But finally, this one, and this is why I'm surprised I found this in the United States. It has stewed marinated egg with it. And I am just going to add that in right now. Because, say it with me, it comes with. Dude, comes with. I don't want that. But it comes with. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by that term, but I've heard it many times in my life. People saying, oh, yeah, but it comes with. Yeah, look at that. Marinated egg. They're not bad. It's actually pretty darn good. And then we need our boiling water to the line. Oh, come on. Okay. And then we'll just lid it like that, I guess. And you're not leaking, are you? That would suck. That's like my nightmare. It says 4 to 6 minutes. I'm doing it for 5. So, yeah. Anyways, yeah, today is March 5th, 2020, 2026, and she's gone. Who's gone? Kristi Noem is out. She's getting replaced by a true believer, Mark Wayne Mullen, which is going to be interesting. I don't know really much of anything about him. I guess we'll find out together how bad he is at his job, because I have a feeling since the guy who decided for her to be the head of Department of Homeland, he only picks the best people for the job. So, yeah. But yeah, I guess he's a senator from Oklahoma. Devout MAGA and devout religious person in his own way. He's married. I'm guessing he has children. He looks kind of like Adam Sandler, and there's a picture of him and his wife at the premiere of the Melania documentary. Big air quotes when it's called a documentary. Yeah. I know some of you absolutely hate it when I talk about politics, but you know, it's a thing. We got so much craziness going on right now, man. We're at war. They're saying we haven't declared war, so it's not a war. It's like, but you guys keep saying war. It's funny because it's just like one thing after the other. We had that thing where the Mexican government took out that leader of that cartel, was an El Mencho, and then there were like people in Puerto Vallarta that were not able to get out of Puerto Vallarta, and there were buses and vehicles getting lit on fire by cartel members and people getting kidnapped and all this stuff. What else was going on? Venezuela. And now the US and Israel are attacking Iran. And Israel's going after Hezbollah in Lebanon. And Iran is filling up their freaking bingo card by attacking everybody around them, like literally everybody. So I have kind of a thought on how this might play out. So for quite a while, the U.S. was having a proxy war with Russia by supplying stuff to Ukraine to fight the Russians, right? What do you think the odds are that Russia, who is aligned with Iran, won't have a proxy war with us via Iran? That seems totally feasible to me. I don't know. There's all this talk right now about whether Iran does or does not have hypersonic weaponry. Those are the missiles that can go 12,000 kilometers an hour. And in that hotbed that's going on right now, it's going to take longer to like crank it so it's pointed upright and push the button than for it to hit its target. I'm pretty sure stuff like that would, I I don't know for sure, but those things go so fast that I really don't think Iron Dome could handle that. I think that would just sail right through and hit whatever target they wanted. Hypersonics would definitely be ratcheting things up a lot, and I don't think that would be a great thing. Russia's used them, they have them, and so being aligned, whatever, with Iran, that means that there is definitely a possibility that Iran could have them. But then there's also the fact that I don't know that Russia wants to, a lot of it's bluster, and a lot of it's not. So I guess we'll see. I guess China is sending over an envoy to try to bring peace in that area. Good luck, guys. I don't think it's happening. I think everybody wants to kill and all this stuff. We watched a documentary last night about a very short one. There was a really good one, and I can't remember what the title of it was, but it was all about the the Islamic Revolution in Iran that happened in 1979. I was young. I was born in 75, so I was really young when that all went down. But I totally remember when I was a kid. It would come on every night because there was the hostage crisis, the 400 days, where those guys from the oil rigs. In fact, I knew a guy quite a while back who was a person who worked in the oil industry during that. Interesting cat. But he would every once in a while kind of PTSD out about that whole thing, and it was really interesting. I mean that was crummy, but he would talk about it and get really bent out of shape and have to leave the room and all this. But yeah, he wasn't a hostage, but I think he had trouble getting out. This is 20 years ago. I remember talking about that. So as you can see, we've got a wheat noodle and vermicelli. That may have been a vinegar sachet. It tastes vinegary, but I'm used to black vinegar with such things. Here's the broth. Nice tanginess to it. No, I am going to cut the bonus deal here, but I'm not going to eat it right at this moment because I got to take the pretty pictures. You know that. So we'll set you off to the side. This is good. I'm I don't want another bite of it. One thing about the vermicelli is it wants to stick in my throat. And that's always been the problem when I've found these two types of noodle kind of together. It's it's odd, but it works, and it's nice having the dual texture, and it's also nice with the tangy broth. But yeah, it totally wants to stick in my craw, and I don't like that aspect. But get out of my throat. That's good. I've had a few of these, and they were sent by a friend from Australia. I think that's why I was so surprised to see them even anywhere around here. And now I wish I would have gotten the other one. I don't know if I've had it. But God knows I'll be back to get more if they have more of them. Yeah, Asian Family Mart. But yeah, it should be an interesting rest of my day. I gotta go do some Amazon returns and try to raise my brother on the phone. He actually lives in, what's that place called? Jerusalem. So, he's like, so, how's it going? You getting any sleep? Because when those things go off, it's loud. I don't know if it's still going off like that right now, but I'll find out and I'll let you know if I remember to let you know. There's our stewed marinated egg. I wasn't sure if, since it was golden broth, if it was going to be more of a chicken thing or what, so I decided to forego a meat item. But actually, this is something I normally would add Chinese sausage to, just with the flavor profile. You see? I will add some of this though. This is some chili crisp right there. And it's not my favorite chili crisp at all. This is local grocery store chili crisp, and it's like, kind of questionable. Anyways, rotating. So what do you think? Interesting, huh? Yeah. Those kind of eggs really aren't bad, and they're worth checking out, especially since you don't see them often, not in the US. So you may see them in the future. This has been Hans the Ramen Eater wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.